and welcome to the hangar at Oaks Park. Thank you all for coming out this morning for Game 5 of Hometown Throwdown. We'd like to thank our officials for being here this morning, making things safe and fair for all of our skaters. We'd also like to thank all of our volunteers for being out here making this happen. And of course, you fans, intrepid fans, for coming out here this morning for our first game. And with that being said, our game this morning will be against Axels of Annihilation from here in Portland and Angel City from our good friends south in Los Angeles. And we'd like to get the rundowns of the rosters. Now I'll go for in the red, Angel City. 1031 is Whiskey Von Sweets. 215, your captain, Boo Gogi. 26 is Schadenfreude. 28, Death Down Under. 389 is Stiletto. 39, Crackerjack. 42, Blackman. 422, Low Betancourt. 507, Rachel Rotten. 617, Ghetto Fabulez. 664 is Psycho. 753, OMG WTF. 87 is Voltarine Deslayer. 94, Octane Jane. And 9999, Queen Luzia Tifa. That's your team in red, Angel City.
And in the purple and white, the Rose City Rollers, Axels of Annihilation. Number 22, Habanero Romero. 241, Lily Pate. 316, Evan Helical. 343, Trinity. 360, Big Bang Fury. 37, Swagatha. 39, Team Captain Gaffney. 426, Ripley. 48, Brute. 617, Stomps. 651, Gray's Lobotomy. 700, Spring Roll. 79, Lil Regulate Her. 88, Darth Molly. And number 925, Dez.
Hey, look, it's another day and more roller derby.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Scott Chicken here, joined this, he keeps saying morning. It feels like morning, but yet it's 12:30 in the afternoon.
It is in the afternoon. My name is Puns and Roses.
And this should be fun. First game in the losers bracket, half of our bracket.
So we have Rachel Rodden and Lil Regulator. Lil Regulator, a recent move to Portland.
Yes.
Played in Los Anarchists.
And prior to that with the Angel City junior team.
Yep.
Before Derby happened and leagues split,
as they
we're
do.
all well familiar with the 9,000 leagues that split off of other leagues.
And there we go. Rachel Rodden up to the front of the pack. And, oh, there goes Lil Regulator on the outside.
Sneaky. Sneaky outside run for a lead jammer for Lil Regulator. And Rachel Rodden hopping the inside edge. Also clear, but almost a lap behind as Lil Regs trying to get through. OMG WTF doing a great job at the front of the pack.
And that's 4-0 to start it up for the AOA.
Yes, indeed.
It's a little bit weird for me to see Rachel Rodden as a jammer, because I'm just used to Rachel Rodden as a blocker or pivot for a very long time.
Yeah, she's been tearing it up.
Yeah.
On the jammer line.
A very versatile skater.
Indeed.
Evangelical and Schadenfreude are your jammers behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
And our Laughing Planet penalty box is completely empty. This might be the first game that I've seen this weekend where the first jam did not result in a penalty.
And Evangelical through lead jammer. Dez had a brilliant force out and recycle. Now Schadenfreude pushing up to the front. That is Gray's Lobotomy, I believe. That is I believe a forearm got called on Gray's Lobotomy, freeing up Schadenfreude.
You got dual forearms for Rose City and also a forearm for Low Betancourt. It's a full forearm penalty box right now. Well, not completely full. There's a couple of seats, but still.
There's half of a six-pack in the Laughing Planet penalty box.
if you're tracking and you have forearm in your pool for most penalized, most called penalty today, you're well ahead.
Yes,
to start the day.
Indeed. All right, that is spring roll in the white, Ghetto Fabulez in the red. And they are off. 3-2 pack advantage. Oh, Brute with a force out. Wow.
You allowed to sort of slightly hold on to the other player to keep yourself not completely falling to the ground? Apparently.
I guess so long as the refs don't think it impacts the game.
Exactly. It was a very intriguing move by Spring Roll. And very effective.
And that is a 3-0 jam for Spring Roll.
So that takes us to 11-0.
And we've got Darth Molly, number 88, up against Volturine DeSlayer, number 87.
Packs both full size. No one in that Laughing Planet penalty box. And everybody backed up to the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line to start.
And Darth Molly fighting to the front. Multiplayer sends Crackerjack to the box. Whiskey Von Sweets did a good job extending that as far as possible, but Darth Molly now your lead jammer.
Looks like Dez.
Oh, Darth Molly stuck the landing!
Oh!
Wow, that killer apex jump brought to you by Killer Burger.
You just enjoyed a Killer Burger moments ago.
Oh, I did. I really, really did.
Because the YouTube audience needs to know what we're having for lunch here in Portland.
I like the purist with no mayo.
All right.
Mayonnaise on a burger is just weird to me. I don't know.
We'll keep that in mind. Dez also in the penalty box, the Laughing Planet penalty box for the Axels of Annihilation, serving a forearm penalty.
All right, now we got Trinity and Rachel Rotten. More fun Rachel Rotten trivia. If you watched the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn, Rachel Rotten is in that movie.
Is she? Excellent.
Rachel Rotten was the roller derby consultant for that and does appear briefly, very briefly, and it's sort of a dark scene, so it's hard to tell, but Rachel Rotten is in that movie.
Right on. I'll have to go rewatch. I did enjoy that. It's a good film. Well, Crackerjack out of the penalty box and just breaking things up.
Yeah, that was very nice. And love to see a blocker straight out of the box and just having an impact.
And led to the multiplayer on Brute. So good challenge that bridge. Minute 21 to go in the jam, so we still have no lead jammer, and we aren't out of turn one. We're back to normal heavy defense roller derby. That's what I'm saying.
And now Psycho taking a shot. Oh, wow.
Oh, good enough to get lead.
Yes. But that was a fantastic force out by Lilith Pate. And now Dez with the force out, and Rachel Rotten just puts an end to that suffering.
It's like, you know what? Let's just try this again.
Let's give another jammer a shot at this. And now Brute's standing, so Angel will have a 4-3 pack advantage for Schadenfreude versus Lil Regulator.
Gotta say, I appreciate Tui Lions coordinated gold shoes.
Yes.
With the dress. Always important to get your coaching staff coordinated.
Yes, very. I mean, coaching staff attire is a very important aspect of roller derby.
The Regulator almost clear, but recaptured.
That was phenomenal defense by Blackman with Whiskey Von Sweets.
Gray's Anatomy trying to break things up, or Gray's Lobotomy rather, trying to break things up, and then well absorbed by Whiskey Von Sweets on that hit.
Ripley with a very nice force out and recycle. And Schadenfreude manages to get the cap out to Blackman. We have a star pass.
First star pass of the game. Blackman on the receiving end of a number of them yesterday. As most teams seeing a lot more star passing.
Blackman, I believe, a former Denver skater.
Yeah, I think so. So 3 more up for a little regulator, 7 total on the jam. We're at 22-0. Axels of Annihilation in the lead. 23 minutes to go in the period.
And we've got Evan Helical up against, I believe that's Ghetto Fabulez. Yes, yep. I can now see the full number. And, oh wow, Ghetto Fabulez finds a quick gap and is through. Oh, great offense from Swaggington and Brute to create that seam for, wow. Oh, Ghetto Fabulez running straight into Lily Pate. Picked up 4 though.
And that will get Angel City on the board. That was the second lead jammer call of the game for Angel City. After that very brief Rachel Rotten lead earlier. We'll reload with spring roll, set to jam against Voltarine to Slay. And the pack, oh, see, they're going to fool me again. I'm like, oh, you're starting out up there.
Nope.
Incorrect. Nice try, chicken, but no, we'll roll back.
Multiplayer on, that is Dez.
Yep. Dez's 3rd penalty on the game.
Wow, that's a lot this early.
Yeah.
Ripley doing a great job keeping that defense together at the back of the pack.
At the front, Angel City just on lockdown.
Yeah, nowhere to go for. Oh, yeah, then, wow, spring roll spinning around, stayed in bounds.
Yeah,
well done.
Kept the feet up and grabs lead and dodges out. 40 seconds into the jam.
And we've had a star pass once again to Blackman. Well read by Habanero Romero, but Habanero picking up a forearm.
Ooh, did that acceleration get there? Blackman pulled through? No.
No.
Just
almost.
Slightly late. Any little consultation on the numbers. Carmen Dragon, always good at checking in with the outside refs. 4 points up for spring roll, and that takes the Axels to 26.
And we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
I'd like to thank our Jam Line sponsor, the Jam Line, brought to you by Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. We'd also like to thank WSL Leadership Coaching, helping you become more awesome in your work, sport, and life. And who doesn't want to be more awesome?
I've been told I need to be less awesome. Okay, no, I have not been told that. I wish I was told that, but no.
What are you, Ryan Fitzpatrick? Oh, that's magic. He's just magical. All right, Darth Molly, Rachel Rotten, pushing everybody forward. Rachel Rotten continuing to push everybody forward and breaks out lead jammer, Rachel Rotten, Angel City.
And wow, Lily Pate with the offense, freeing up Darth Molly. And Rachel Rotten coming in, grabbing 4 points, calling that jam. And that all happened fast enough that Habanero Romero is still in the Laughing Planet penalty box.
Just under 20 minutes to go in the half. 26-8. Rose City in the lead. Schadenfreude set to jam against Trinity.
Dez and Ripley drifting to the back, creating some immediate defense against Schadenfreude. Everybody takes a shot.
Yeah, high block being called on
Blackman.
Blackman there, yes. Just going for the hip check, and then the hip wasn't there, but the head was.
And Schadenfreude has pulled the cap, but with Blackman and now Queen Luciatifa in the box, there is no one to give that to and not a lot of help coming.
Yes. 4 points up for Trinity.
But credit to Cracker Jack and Whiskey Von Sweets trying to get through. Oh, Grace Lobotomy with some offense.
And again, with the first knocking one out, now picking up the penalty for it. So we'll have.
Wow. Nice move there by Schadenfreude.
Fortunately for Schadenfreude, Blackman got out of the box just as Schadenfreude had cleared the pack. Like, I'm just putting it back on. No need to hand off now.
I believe Trinity wanted a high block call, but did not get it.
So a final 3 on that last pass. 11 total on the jam now, 37 for the Axels. Angel City held scoreless. Rose will have 1 shy in the pack. As Gray's lobotomy sitting in the penalty box.
And this fish timeout brought to you by Deb Constable, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
I'd like to thank Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company, and a proud sponsor of Rose City since forever. And we'll also give a shout out to Ritual Dyes, a unique shop and dye studio in Southeast Portland, owned by a Rose City Rose Petals parent. Oh, we're adjusting who's where.
All right.
Queen Luzatifa picking up the illegal procedure penalty.
And Bugogi exiting the track to accommodate that. So 3-3 in the pack right now.
Little regulator jamming against Ghetto Fabulous. Ghetto Fabulous. 617 lead jammer Angel City. That's a little regulator.
And great work at the back of the pack by Death Down Under and Schadenfreude, but there goes Little Regs.
Pushing through. Started to do a little defense on Ghetto Fabulous and then gave that up and chose to just run through.
Sorry, I meant Death Down Under and Psycho at the back of the pack, not Schadenfreude. I just saw.
I was like, wow, Schadenfreude is blocking today? What?
That would be impressive.
That would be. That'd be new. Like, I jammed. I'm going to come in and block now.
I always do enjoy watching jammers block.
Yes. All right, 4-on-3 in the pack, advantage to Rose City. Ghetto Fabulous did pick up 3 in that last jam, so they are at 11 right now. Evangelical and Voltarine to Slayer, your jammers.
Wow. Evangelical coming up and picking up a back block. So that is a power jam opportunity for Angel City. Wow, Gray's lobotomy.
Yes. Picking up with, I think, is that Ripley at the front?
Yes.
Oh, no, that was Dez at the front. Sorry.
That was Dez. Ripley was
coming up
bridging.
later. Yeah.
Here comes Queen Luzatifa and the Angel City offense. Wow, great way to open up lanes. Oh, Gray's lobotomy somehow getting to the front.
Yeah, Axel's doing, again, we've seen all weekend, all the team, just great waterfall roll to the front and the inability for a single skater to really break up any of the defenses. It's like an attempt, but it never quite connects as well as you might hope.
And Blackman with the force out and recycle. Evangelical quickly getting all the legs in bounds to prevent the run back.
Yes. Does have the star in hand. As Voltarine to Slayer forced out at the back and now rolling back again with all 4 blockers for the Axels to deal with.
Wow, nice work there by Crackerjack. That was an 8-point jam, bringing our score to 19-37 in favor of Axels.
That 8-point run, the largest jam of the game for Angel City.
And we are now seeing Stiletto taking the track up against Spring Roll, but we have an official timeout. Official timeout brought to you by Deb Constable, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
And we'd like to thank the following sponsors: Portland Vital Signs, Reverend's Barbecue, Porque No Taqueria, and Two Rivers Mortgage.
Porque, yes.
Okay, indeed.
All
Kind
right.
of over-tacoed yesterday, so I'll need something else today.
Well,
it is possible to over taco. I know. Seems rare.
We do have a burger truck coming in a couple hours.
Excellent.
And spring roll. Twisting and spinning to the front. Nice force out and drawback by Brute.
Stiletto slices up the middle.
And Bugogi slowing down spring roll on the inside of the track.
And Brute off to the Laughing Planet penalty box to join Dez. Brute serving a forearm. Dez about to be released on the illegal contact.
And high block on somebody.
Oh, I think that was
spring
on
roll.
spring. Power jam. Stiletto. Stiletto's got 4 points already now. Looking to cut up the outside.
Oh, spring roll was not a high block. That was OMG. But spring roll now picks up a back block. So functionally.
Just a little slight delay.
Wow.
Still no lead jammer anymore, so we do have a minute 4 to go in the jam.
Stiletto came in hot and just bounced off the back of an Axels jammer. And Brute, force out.
Death Down Under trying to open that inside lane, but just not quite able to break things free. OMG out of the box and back engaged. They're also not able to get anything going.
Credit to Dez as the last line of defense with that massive force out. And here comes spring roll, looking to get some points back.
Yeah, spring roll evading Bugogi and Psycho on that run to add the 4.
Oh, wow, spring roll. Brief gap on the inside, and that was just perfectly timed.
Psycho and OMG trying to team up, had to let that bridge go so they avoid the multiplayer, and that lets spring roll through. 12 now up for the Axels as time runs out, but another 4.
12-12 on the jam.
Yeah. So we sit 31-49, 18-point game. 13 minutes to go in the period. Rachel Rotten back out to jam.
Up against Darth Molly.
And the semi-pivot line start. Rachel Rotten taking advantage of the pack actually moving enough to sneak on the inside. Grabs lead jammer for Angel City.
Nice force out by Blackman there. Darth Molly has pulled the cap, but I don't think Grace Lobotomy is. Oh, wow. That's. Somebody's getting a penalty. That's a multiplayer on Ripley.
And a misconduct as well, somewhere in there. Let's see. Yep, that's where Ripley is off for the misconduct. 4 points up for Rachel Rotten. And a star pass for the Axels. Grace Lobotomy. Wearing the star with the pivot cover is sort of like a hoodie hanging down the back. It's a good look.
Interesting on the penalties. Axels have 13, Angel with 7, so Axels almost double the penalty count, which is definitely helping Angel stay in this game.
Yes.
Trinity get to Fabulous.
Current penalty leader is Dez with 4.
Oof.
So, yeah, I think Dez had 3 after about 5 jams, so got to be a little careful.
Yeah. We're not even 20 minutes into the first half here.
Ghetto Fabulous lead jammer. Trinity struggling at the front.
Lily Pate, good work with Brute there. Gaffney now bracing that tripod.
And at the front, Death Down Under, last line of defense, finally has to let Trinity go. OMG coming back to try and break up the pack. Ghetto Fabulous, shoulder to the infield, calls off the jam. Did collect all 4.
So 43-49, Angel climbing back into this. Only 6 points now separating the two teams.
Yeah, solid Angel with the solid run over the last 4 jams. Really starting to add in a couple of 8s at 12, and then that little 4. Poultry into Slayer, jamming against Little Regulate Her.
And forearm on Ripley.
Little Regulate Her pushing towards the front, but held up by Blackman, Low Betancourt, and Queen Luzatifa.
Direction of play penalty sends Low Betancourt to the box.
And Volturi to Slayer out the front. Keeping that pressure on the inside edge to get through the pack.
And Reg's coming around. Volturi to Slayer looking for the outside. Nice force out there.
Was very nicely played by Dez.
2 points and timeout called by the Axels of Annihilation. This is a good timeout.
A very good timeout if you're down to a three-point
differential.
Three-point differential after being up by many more than that.
Time to see if you can break the opponent's momentum, settle yourselves down.
Think about what you might have if you go to Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery. It's John Landing's favorite eatery and saloon.
It is indeed. Site of many an announcer meeting.
And we'd also like to thank Dr. Tim Williams, Rose City Rollers sports medicine partner.
Thank you, Dr. Tim.
So coming up next on this very track and on this very YouTube channel at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, we will have Team Black Diaspora taking on Montreal. Winner of that game will face the winner of this game in our 5th place game on Sunday. And the losers of those 2 games will play for 7th and 8th also tomorrow. That one will technically be tomorrow morning. All right, Schadenfreude jamming against Evan Helical.
And Helical gets recycled, comes back in, recycled again. Psycho heading to the box. And Evan Helical lead jammer.
Psycho trading out with Low Betancourt, who had been serving from the previous jam. Psycho called on a forearm penalty. Oh, nice bump and run, Evan Helical. Quick 4.
And Lily Pate with a force out. Oh, not a force out. Schadenfreude stayed in.
Yeah.
And Low Betancourt denied that apex jump.
This time, however, Evan Helical accelerating OMG, giving a chase.
Wow.
Death down under.
That was phenomenal effort there, but
yeah, just not quite able to finalize the contact. Cut track called on Psycho.
And legal contact penalty on Death down under, who shut down the apex jump, but
so we're up to 12 right now for Evan Helical. 40 seconds to go in the jam. And Schadenfreude is still just trapped. Held up. That team up of Brute and Ripley just not allowing anything.
And Evan Helical with a 16-point jam.
Largest jam of the game so far. Bumps that lead up to 19, 46, 65.
All right, we're going to see Rachel Rotten and Spring Roll. 4-2 pack advantage. A very brief one for the Axels. Official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. And we're just...
Track repair brought to you by Stomping.
Yes.
Important to kick the squares back into place.
And here comes the tape.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves tape.
Oh, it's double tape. I'm like, why are we just observing? It's because the tape is hard to get off of the roll.
Yep.
Going with the yellow for the repair, and so it doesn't confuse with the orange for the lines. Oh, actually, it's not even yellow. It's clear. Oh, very nice. even more appropriate. Just need a tape sponsor. I don't know why 3M isn't sponsoring all leagues. It's just tape, tape, tape.
So much tape.
Speaking of sponsors, make our sponsors happy. Snap, post, and tag, hashtag RCR sponsor. You could win VIP tickets to one of our games. And if you're thinking to yourself, my t-shirt selection is dwindling, you can pick up new merch. Head to the website, get all your Rose City swag, and rep your favorite teams. RoseCityRollers.com. Click on merch.
Or even if your t-shirt selection is not dwindling, maybe you just need to expand your t-shirt selection.
That is possible. Or other, I'm sure you have things other than t-shirts as well. I'm just obsessed on the t-shirt right now.
Well, I picked up a VRDL t-shirt yesterday.
Nice. Oh, yeah, you've got some hats going on down there. I'm sure there's sweatshirts.
Oh, there's hoodies aplenty. Let me tell you, I got so many RCR hoodies. And they've got so many good ones. I don't need more. And I've so far been able to resist this year, but
you have to get a backyard storage unit just for your team swag.
Yeah.
All right, as you mentioned, 2 in the box, but both standing. Psycho and Death Down Under.
Blackman doing great work along with Cracker Jack. Rachel Rotten to the front. There's the force out and recycle. Angel City now up to full strength.
And immediately onto the defense. Psycho trying to force out. Rachel Rotten grabs lead. Spring roll almost clear, but.
And that is an out of play on Grace Lobotomy.
Oh.
Picking up a third.
Rachel Rotten back engaged. Spring roll playing a little defense.
And spring roll with the cap off, but Grace Lobotomy is in the box, so there's no one to hand that cap to. Wow, Ripley doing work.
Oh, man. Spring roll. Great work staying on the 1 foot after Blackman rolled in with the hip.
Spring roll has phenomenal balance. And spring roll playing some jammer defense there.
Yeah, just getting enough in the way of Rachel Rotten, who had gotten the rest of the pack to sort of tumble down. Psycho back to bridge, along with Grace Lobotomy. Now rolling in on the offense, trying to free Rachel Rotten. We're down to 30 seconds to go in the jam.
Spring roll now deep in the sad place. And Rachel Rotten with the call off.
Yeah, like I got my 4 already about 3 times in this pass. Let's just get rid of it. Keep going. All right, so 50 to 65, 15-point game, 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the period.
And we're going to see Darth Molly and Ghetto Fabulez.
Laughing Planet penalty box empty for the moment. We'll see how long that lasts with the announcer curse. There's a whistle. All right, another misconduct call on 37 Swagatha. This Swagatha's first. And Elite Jammer going to Darth Molly.
And Lily Pate heading to the box, so 4-2 pack advantage right now for Angel City. Oh, that is a cut track. Ghetto Fabulez and Darth Molly also to the box, so quick jammer do-si-do.
Darth Molly with the back block. So no lead jammer, minute 20 to go. Ghetto Fabulez finally completes the initial. And Darth Molly back out. With all 4 Angel City blockers in the way. Oh, nicely done.
Shut that door.
That was pretty. It's just casual, like I'm just going to step slightly to the right and stop you from going where you think you're going. Ghetto Fabulez forced out to the outside. Rolls back again, and Darth Molly finally breaks free with 4 points.
So Ghetto Fabulez dropped backwards by Brute. Oh, nice hit from Bugogi.
Yeah, just didn't, it was a little too far away from the line to force the out of bounds, but good for the slowdown and then the capture.
Yeah.
Letting OMG team up to hold things down with Death Down Under and Bugogi. Gaffney trying to break it up, but again, nobody resisting.
OMG drifting back to play some offense. Comes all of Angel for some offense.
That after using Death Down Under as a bludgeon to just shove Darth Molly out of bounds. There's your killer burger apex jump.
Nicely done.
Gets 4 points up. 8 total for Rose, however, as Darth Molly had completed 2 passes, so 73-54. And a 2-minute jam burns us down to the 3-minute mark in this first half.
See a little regulator up against Volturine to Slayer.
Volturine looking on the inside. Little regulator started out, then bumped back to the in.
Little regulator just powered over somebody.
People down.
Oh, that was Blackman.
Yeah, I think Blackman got a little back on the heels. Volturine to Slayer now trying to do the same. Pushing forward towards Dez and Gray's lobotomy.
Habanero Romero bridging.
High block called on Volturine to Slayer. So 2 straight jams with jammer penalties for Angel City. Little regulator on the scoring pass.
And here comes all the offense.
Yeah. Both teams full strength in the pack. Ripley shouldering Blackman out and then continuing to pursue, but a direction of play penalty called just as Little Regulator calls off the jam, freezing Volturine to Slayer in the penalty box.
So that is the 19th penalty for the Axels of Annihilation. Only 13 for Angel City. Evangelical with a power start. 4-3 pack advantage, though, for Angel. That's an illegal procedure, I think.
It is.
You cannot have 2 jammers. You
cannot legally have 2 jammers. It was a nice try. But not legal.
Stiletto tried to stick in.
Exactly. Like, I'm just going to stab my way into this pack. No one will notice. So Stiletto penalized. That penalty will be sat by Bulgogi, I think.
Yeah. So this is Fish Time Out brought to you by Jeff Count Staber. All right, here we go. Once more, the power start. Brief as it is.
Pivot line power start. With a swift roll back.
And here comes Volturine to Slayer. Evangelical out just in time for Rose to transition back to defense. Wow. Lily Payton Brute doing work there.
Volturine to Slayer. Nothing going on either line. Into out, finally finds room on the inside edge to roll free and complete that initial. But Evangelical says, that's fine, but I have the guy pointing at me, so I'm going to just take it, call it. 4 points up, 82-54, and we're under a minute to go in the half.
And what will probably be the final jam of the first half, we'll see Spring Roll and Rachel Rotten on that jam on Hawthorne jam line. Gray's lobotomy and Blackman are your pivots. Habanero Romero trying to close out that outside lane. Oh, low Betancourt. Great work there to force Spring Roll in. Oh.
Nobody to block that other door. Spring Roll through first, lead jammer for the Axels of Annihilation. Rachel Rotten now caught up. Low Betancourt given some offense, but.
Oh, wow. Nicely done by Gray's lobotomy. And multiplayer sends Bugogi off. Spring Roll takes advantage.
4 points up for Spring Roll. We are out of time on the period clock. Rachel Rotten is cleared. Spring Roll hops through the pack, calls off the jam, adds 4 more to the total, and that is the half.
All right, your score 90-54 in favor of Axels of Annihilation. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes. Hey, there we go.
Hey, we're back with 8 seconds to spare. Surprisingly, score did not change. 90 to 54.
Penalties.
And on the penalty board, yep, Dez still leads with 4. Angel City, nobody over 2.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. No one's in the yellow or the red yet.
Yet.
But the totals, 19 and 16, they're making the refs work for it. That's what I think. Angel City starting with 2 in the penalty box. Rachel Rotten jamming against Little Regulator.
Little Regulator, oh, finds the inside lane. Good work from Psycho, but just too short there in the back.
Yeah, when it's only 2,
oh, Gaffney
it's easy for that to happen. Right? Like, Regs, I'm going to push you over here. My blocker's going to step in the way. See you later.
And Lily paid on a directional penalty.
As Angel City now back to full strength and able to lock up Little Regs in the back.
Rachel Rotten extending the pack. Oh, here comes Regs.
Trying. Rachel Rotten finally clear. Completes the initial.
And Regs with A very fancy spin move there on the outside while calling it off.
Gets the other 4, takes the Axels to 98. And Angel City held at 54.
All right, we're going to see Ghetto Fabulez and Spring Roll behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Brief 4-3 advantage for Angel in the pack.
Oh, and man, that was pretty.
Cracker Jack. Credit that easy lead jammer to Cracker Jack's blocking there.
Ghetto Fabulez on the scoring pass as Angel City focusing all attention on Spring Roll.
Ripley and Dez doing work at the front.
I liked Blackman hipping Spring Roll out and Queen Luciatifa just grabbing on and going, "You are staying in bounds, friend."
And star pass to Gray's lobotomy.
That is the second star pass of the game for Rose City. Rachel Rotten picks up 4 points on the second pass through. 8 total, 62-98.
That was Ghetto Fabulez.
Oh, Ghetto Fabulez, sorry. I looked at the wrong row on my sheet. I'm like, picking up the wrong number.
All right, we got Evangelical and Volturine to Slayer.
Evangelical on the outside edge. Volturine starting to the out, but then forced to the infield.
Track cut, Evangelical.
Ooh.
That is
Power jam for Angel, and OMG trying to break things up to let Volturine out, but
OMG picking up a penalty. I
great.
did not see the call on that.
No, it'll looks like a forearm coming up.
And that is Evangelical's second penalty.
Now Angel City trying to assist a little offense, but yeah, Rose City is just absorbing everything and not letting anyone past.
Gaffney, Brute there, sealing off the inside. Willie Pate making sure the outside there's nowhere to go. Ooh, there
was a big ooh from the crowd as Evangelical came into the pack, but no call made. Psycho looking at umpire strikes back, going, "Was that not a back block?" Apparently not.
Yeah.
So
Must
Evangelical
caught the legal contact zone.
Yep. Volturine to Slayer out, gets lead, calls it off. No points either side.
0-0.
We stick to 62-98, 36-point game. Winner of this will meet the winner of our next game, Montreal versus Team Black Diaspora, to play for 5th and 6th place.
And we have Stiletto and Trinity as you jammers now.
Stiletto legally on the track as a blocker, or as a jammer in this case, unlike the previous jam.
Trinity up to the front. Queen Luciatifa, low Betancourt, not moving there. Oh, here comes Gray's lobotomy with the offense. And Angel swarming to the front. Blackman doing great work at the back, but Dez Ripley and Habanero Romero just swallowing up Stiletto.
Exactly. Like Blackman can knock someone over as much as they want, but if everybody else gets back in play, it's not really helping. Trinity out first, lead jammer. Stiletto close on giving chase, and everyone else accelerating away.
And Trinity gets a point and calls it. That was a lot of work for a one-point jam.
But with the pace, you're like, this is going to be one of those, I'm going to catch somebody, and that's it. So 99 for the Axels, 62 Angel City.
And we got Lil Regulator and Schadenfreude. And Swagger, the quickly engaging Schadenfreude. And Psycho, last one to, and there goes Regs.
Yep. Works past Bugogi, grabs lead jammer. Schadenfreude forced to the infield to recycle, and now captured again.
Looking for the star pass to Psycho. And Regs. Death down under, great work. Oh, Regs,
yes.
Outside to in.
And nice work with Lily Pate. Just sort of, I'm just going to step here, move everybody a little bit inside, let my jammer through on the line.
There goes the star pass. That is Psycho now. Jammer of record. Regs with the call off.
Bops through and grabs it. Little regulator currently leading the scoring for Rose City with 32.
Wow. Spring Roll not far behind, though.
No, not far. Spring Roll with 27. There we go.
Yeah.
It was like 6. That's the number of jams.
Evangelical with 24. Meanwhile, Ghetto Fabulez, the leading scorer for Angel City with 23.
Followed closely by Rachel Rotten with 16. Speaking of, Rachel Rotten jamming against Spring Roll. So here, number 2 point earners for both teams going at it and trying to get to the apex of turn 1.
Wow, Rachel Rotten lead jammer.
Roll pushed through. Spring Roll kind of held up at the back, star in hand.
And Habanero Romero shutting down the outside. There goes Spring Roll.
And finally sort of squirts through the middle. Rachel Rotten trying to do the same, but
Grace lobotomy right there to
slow and hold the line, but Rachel Rotten had passed him already, so 4 points up. Takes Angel City to 66-107 for Rose City.
And Ripley picking up a forearm. That's Ripley's 4th. Evangelical Ghetto Fabulez. And official timeout brought to you by Deb Count Saber, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers.
I'd like to thank Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns, not recreational therapy. I don't know why I read relational that way. The eyes deceiving me. But not deceiving Ghetto Fabulez or Evangelical, because they're just stuck for the moment.
They're not having to deal with small print on the sheet.
No.
Okay, that is Gaffney heading to the box on a multiplayer.
And Ghetto Fabulez breaks out, lead jammer Angel City.
And Ripley heading back to the box. That is Ripley's 5th.
Ooh, yes. Ripley serving the forearm this time. Ghetto Fabulez. 2 blockers to beat.
And Lily Pate and Brute.
Crackerjack trying to break things up, and Ghetto Fabulez able to break free.
And star pass to Brute.
So 4 points for Ghetto Fabulez. Slides around, only 2 to beat.
And there's the call off.
Run.
Ripley left in the box.
So 74-107, 33 points differential, and 20 minutes, 30 seconds-ish by the time we start the next jam to go. Darth Molly set to jam against Voltarine de Slayer. 87 versus 88. Darth Molly, where was that room? That was some sort of force maneuver to stay in bounds.
Yes. Force lightning fast.
Voltarine de Slayer also freed from the pack, but Darth Molly grabs the points, calls off the jam. 111-74.
Emperor Palpatine would be impressed.
Yes.
Right, next up, that is Lil Regs and Stiletto.
The bright white mouth guard just makes everyone look like they're smiling all the time.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, it's a happy game. Everybody's smiling. No, I'm just gritting my teeth. It just looks like a smile.
I think everybody's smiling.
Fair. Little regulator pushing forward. Sneaks around Queen Luciatifa, and Blackman is there waiting.
And here comes Swaggart with the offense.
Stiletto trapped up at the back.
Queen Luciatifa with the force out and the big recycle behind Whiskey Von Sweets. And Gaffney with a bump out on Stiletto.
Brute with the run back, and then immediately back into defensive position. That's Lily Pate holding down the anchor on the tripod.
And here comes Swaggart once again with the offense.
And Angel City once again absorbing it and going, yeah. When Luciatifa is like, you can try and hit that shoulder. It's not going to help. Now both packs back together.
We are 70 seconds in with no lead jammer.
Almost out of turn 2. Little regulator tried that inside corner, but Queen Luciatifa rolling over to close it down. And Reg's forced out of bounds. Stiletto also trapped in the middle. That's just a serious pile of people. The regulator finally finds room to break free.
And Blackman takes the star pass. So Lil Regs has about a half a lap to get many points as possible, and does.
Takes the 4.
Lil Regs tries the subtle call off and then transitions to the, look, I'm calling it off.
Really, honestly, I'm tapping the hips. Please don't let them get points. And it worked. 115-74. 17 and a half minutes to go in the game.
And spring roll, Rachel Rotten. Empty laughing play in the penalty box.
And a pivot line start gives Rachel Rotten the run up. Spring roll as well. Both grabbed, multiplayer block being called.
That sends Death Down Under to the box. Spring roll 1 to beat. OMG joins Psycho at the front.
Spring roll out, first lead jammer.
And that is a contact penalty, it looks like, on Rachel Rotten.
So power jam for spring roll.
Nope, high block.
That's a kind of contact. Oh, forearm penalty called on spring roll. So we will swap out and go for another minute 20. Rachel Rotten, I believe, still on the initial pass.
I believe so.
Is back in. Bump down and now going to get called for a cut.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes. Because was knocked down, feet went out of bounds, and somebody rolled back behind. So spring roll has been released, has the 4 points, has a power jam. We got 49 seconds to go in the jam. Rachel Rotten will be sitting for 30 of those. But blockers both at full strength. Spring roll forced out of bounds, rolls back. Psycho on the roll back to the Bizarro pivot line. Anti-pivot line, I'm not sure what we're calling the lines on the other side of the track.
Habanero Romero with the back block, but that back block was able to free spring roll for those second set of 4 points.
Spring roll bounces around, comes out, third pass done. Oh, and Rachel Rotten also picked up. I was like, why is she still sitting? Because there's a misconduct penalty as well.
So picking up the bonus.
Last. I think that's what Dewey's out to clarify with Carmen Dragon. Or perhaps some points. Who knows? There are conversations being had. So Rose City 1 blocker shy. Oh, an official timeout brought to you by Deb Count Stable.
I'm guessing that Tui wants to get that misconduct removed.
Very possibly. Could be. This timeout brought to you by Rose City Rollers Realtor. Deb Constable, welcome to PDX. If you're ready to move to Portland and join Rose City, let Welcome to PDX find you a home. And while you're here, you can also get some Liquid Death. If you know, you know. Thanks to Liquid Death for sponsoring Rose City.
And I know.
And then you can wash that down with some 210 cider. Damn fine cider.
Made here in the Pacific Northwest.
Damn fine cider. It's good that you've got these all memorized. It's not like this is the first time you've ever seen this script.
We had some production hiccups in the first bout of the year, and didn't get an ad sheet until halftime, and I was still able to do most of them just off of
from
memory.
knowing. I think this is who's sponsoring. Next up, Team Black Diaspora taking on Montreal. That game will start at 2:30 local, so a little under an hour from now. Assuming we end remotely on time, which we should. 14:51 to go. We're into the fourth quarter of play. Officials are conversating. Let's see if the interior wireless microphone is working today so we can hear from Ninja.
That would be nice.
It would be. Worked great for the first 3 games yesterday, right? And then just crapped out at the end. Well, while they talk, I would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: She-Bop, Menopause Northwest, Big's Chicken, and Fran's Bakery. And also thank Laurelhurst Theater, bringing the best of classic and modern cinema to Portland.
Oh, Laurelhurst Theater. That is a fun place to...
Where is the Laurelhurst Theater? We're one to say, I'm going to not be here for the last game. I'll just go see a movie. Where would the Laurelhurst Theater
be relative
relative
in
to here?
Laurelhurst neighborhood.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
indeed. Which is a bit to the north and bit to the east of here.
All right.
Probably about 15 minutes away.
So you go 5 minutes to Killer Burger, get the burger, and then 10 minutes from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's perfect. Should arrange more of your reads here. You should request they arrange them by time. Time from this venue to all these places. For the visiting members. All right, didn't read off who our officials were for this game. Our skating officials: Ninja Sassam, our head referee. Umpire strikes back. Carmen Dragon, doesn't matter. Adam Splitter, Goldie, Smush, and Darth Bling.
Time.
All right, so.
They want the in-sub overturned.
Which was what we were guessing.
Yes.
I think that was, yeah, I'm guessing that misconduct was from we blew the whistle over here, and it took you a while to get off the track, and.
It did not look to me that Rachel Rotten took like an undue amount of time, but.
Right, it was sort of like didn't hear it when it was here, heard it when they were there, and
yeah.
I mean maybe there was some conversation.
Rachel Rotten did take sort of an angle rather than like
the hard right turn and
yeah,
get
the
out
hard
of bounds.
right and off.
That's true.
So
who knows? On the Rose City side, Habanero Romero serving a back block. It's their 3rd penalty of the game. Speaking of, if we go to the penalty board, Ripley with 5. Rose City now 26 total, 22 for the Hollywood Scarlets.
With Death Down Under and Rachel Rotten leading that at 3 each.
Yes. Our non-skating officials are gathering over the tablet. Who are they, you ask? Why? Queen of Catitude, Doof Warrior, Talia Up, Flourish, Rita Slayworth, Decider, Amy Farrell Fowler, Millie Dread, Chimmy Chancla, and 9 Inch Wheels. Running the, can't even say the, well, I guess we do have at least one clipboard.
Yes.
Clipboards and pencils. No longer as prevalent here now that you're using all this technology to track penalties.
I know, it's
Very fancy.
Super fancy.
If you're making your plans for next spring, in March of 2024, Dallas Derby Devils are hosting the Clover Cup. That will be in North Richland Hills, Texas. Tickets and info at clovercup.com.
If Angel goes there, would you then have Crimson and Clover?
Oh.
Over and over?
Over and over. Yes, you would. Nice. Good pull. And if you're going to be in the Portland area and you're looking for more roller derby, well, Junior Derby is the future. Get tickets to Rose City Rollers Juniors doubleheader November 19th. Those available now at rollerderbytickets.com.
Ooh. That was a lot of feedback
and then thumping it into the leg. And on the 18th, that would be the day before the Juniors doubleheader. Oh, all right, Ninja, what's the word?
Angel does not retain.
All right.
That was short and to the point.
Yeah.
All right.
Rachel will be finishing off that misconduct penalty.
And that is Rachel's fourth penalty, the misconduct. That is now officially on the board. All right, we are about to roll back. Evangelical on the power start.
And that Angel defense is just swarming in there.
Yes. Don't have to worry about doing any offense because, hey, they don't have a jammer in the game yet. Blackman coming in but called for contact a little too far ahead, and Evangelical is clear. Lead jammer, Rose City. So 4-on-3 now. It's Habanero Romero released from the penalty box.
Rachel Rotten standing.
Attempted sweep through. Brute not able to keep Queen Luciatifa from closing down that lane. But Evangelical through for 4. Rachel Rotten released.
And immediately swallowed up at the back of the pack by Gaffney, Lily Pate, and I believe that's Brute. It is.
Yes. It's Habanero Romero in the box.
And joined by Lily Pate. So about to be a 4-2 pack advantage for Angel.
And Evangelical takes the shoulder chip out of bounds, calls off the jam. Picked up 3 more, 7 total. Takes us to 134-74.
And we will see Trinity and Volturine DeSlayer behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
13 minutes to go in the game. Volturine almost clear. OMG,
Wow.
not quite able to break things free.
Dez doing work at the front.
Ooh.
And Dez picking up an out of play. That'll be number 5 for Dez.
Yeah, great toe stop work by Volturine DeSlayer. Just maintain the pressure and keep pushing. Volturine calls off the jam.
3 points, but that is a 1-point steal for Trinity.
And that'll bump us to 135-77.
Just over 12 minutes left.
Ghetto Fabulous set to jam against Little Regulate Her. Ghetto Fabulous, trying the outside crack, but Gaffney steps in the way.
And Brute working with Lily Pate at the back. And Little Regulator, lead jammer.
Did get bumped out at the end, had to roll back behind. So still technically on the initial pass. And bumped out again, Blackman with the roll back. Ghetto Fabulous almost clear, but Brute right in the right place, gets in the way, and finally Ghetto Fabulous is out. And the regulator says, no, you don't. Gets that lead jammer and then the hand to the face. Not the John Cena you can't see me hand to the face.
Right.
The you didn't get any points hand to the face.
Although the two look somewhat similar.
Similar.
All right, Schadenfreude, a spring roll. And spring roll. Lead jammer with a quickness. Habanero with a force out, but quick reaction by Schaden. Oh, wow, Gray's lobotomy.
That was a nice little hip check, elevate, and then deposit out of bounds. Gray's lobotomy just getting enough off balance to end up out of bounds as well, but by then the run back had happened.
And right. Schadenfreude, a nice spin there.
Cracker Jack with the assist out of the penalty box. Came in, bumped open the lane. Jam called. 4 points up for Rose. And another scoreless jam for Angel City, 77-139. We're under 10 minutes to go in this game.
All right, jam on Hawthorne. Jam line is seeing a lot of bodies up there right now. Rachel Rotten looks for the outside lane. Denied. And there goes Darth Molly. Wow.
Darth Molly, airborne, nothing doing.
Cracker Jack, Queen Lucia just shut that down.
And then closed it up again as Darth Molly was in. Low Betancourt closing down the outside lane. Rachel Rotten pushing forward. Blackman trying to break things free. And finally, Rachel Rotten's able to get out the front.
And there's the, wow, Darth Molly getting dumped and calling it from the prone position.
Yes.
That did not look fun.
No. The team was like, oh, you think you're going here? No, you're not.
No, very much
going
not.
Out of bounds and getting only 2 points. So that'll take Rose City 141. Angel still at 77. It's a 64-point game. 8.5 minutes to go.
And Volturine to Slayer, Evangelical. Helical just pushed through.
Yeah. Volturine attempting the same, but Rose City not really allowing it. Evangelical in quickly picks up the back block. Yeah.
So this will be a full 2-minute jam, which is something I'm sure neither one of these jammers really wants at this point.
Especially. Angel City preparing a sweep forward. Sweep works, but Volturine not able to take advantage. Catches a skate and falls. Forearm penalty being called on someone. Oh, I think that was on Ripley. That is Ripley's 6th penalty now.
Well, 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes left, but that's.
Volturine to Slayer clears. Is now on the scoring pass. OMG.
Oh,
trying to bump Gray's lobotomy out of the way. Or, no, that was yeah, that was Gray's lobotomy. The pivot stripe was all wrinkled up. I'm like, oh, that's not a pivot cover. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's almost off, but it is. Volturine through second time, 8 total on the jam. As Evangelical.
Wow.
Had got the back block, came back out and picked up a cut track, so the power jam continuing.
Volturine to Slayer up to 12 now.
Evangelical standing in the penalty box. The Laughing Planet penalty box. Angel City defense ready to receive. Psycho playing some offense now, bumping back to help with the defense. And a third penalty on Evangelical. 3 penalties in a jam, illegal contact for hitting the down skater, and that will take Evangelical to 5.
That's not what you're looking for at this point in the game.
Not really.
I mean, there's enough of a cushion with 51 points that you're probably not going to. Timeout being called by official review.
Yes, official review for Rose. I think they're looking for maybe one of those penalties to come out.
Yes.
I'm guessing the illegal contact, because that was kind of everybody falling down.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that the call was, you've made contact with the down skater, but. But we'll see shortly, because now we got the mic working again. So hopefully Ninja can make all things clear. If you're in the Portland area, we would love for you to become a Rose City Rollers volunteer. Help make
Rose is looking to remove the illegal contact penalty on their jammer.
Yeah,
there we go.
There you go.
Yes, help make bounce and skate mobile events awesome. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer for more information. And don't forget, while you are posting about this event, tag at Rose City Rollers on all of your social medias.
Angel having a little bit of a dance party there in the middle of the track.
It's important to have fun.
Yes.
Hey, Tui, you should probably go over and hear the, maybe Tui's not going to hear the results of that, because Tui doesn't care. Like, just let him talk to the Rose City side.
Tui knows that what happens will happen.
That's right. Be mellow about it. All right.
The illegal contact penalty will stand. Rose does not retain.
All right. So, clearly not as accidental as perhaps Rose was thinking. And we will reset. 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 92-143. Rose City in the lead.
Just over 6 minutes. Angel still has a chance, but
it's going to take a lot of work, and that was some of it.
Yep.
That was a very nice mixed-up blocking pattern to break free enough lane.
And Pack speeding up a bit.
Ghetto Fabulez cutting through, bumped out of bounds by Brute.
And wow, Gaffney takes a shot.
Brute heads to the penalty box.
Evangelical has pulled the cap.
Has it is through the pack and has it back on. Oh, Ghetto Fabulez almost, but not quite. Lily Pate says, no, you do not get to go through here. Ghetto Fabulez calls off the jam.
So that is a 7-point jam, bringing Angel to 99. 143 for Rose. Angel not using any of its timeouts yet.
Angel does have all 3 timeouts. They've used their official review for that period. Rose City 2 blockers in the penalty box, Brute and Gaffney.
All
Angel
right.
City with 1.
Schadenfreude, a Lil Regs.
And a
cut track. That is absolutely what Angel did not need.
That stymies your comeback attempt.
Great work there by Psycho. That is Dez on a multiplayer. That is Dez's 5th?
Might be 6th. Yep, and OMG also heading to the penalty box. So Micro Pack 2-on-1 right now. Psycho facing her former juniors teammate. We'll regulate her.
Oh, that's right.
They both played for Angel City Juniors many years ago. And we'll regulate her quickly sweeping through for a second 4. As Rose City almost back. Oh, and a cut track again called on Schadenfreude.
That is just devastating.
Tapped the toe out of bounds. OMG back in play as Angel back to full strength in the blocker core.
And there's the call off from Lil Regs. Dez is now up to 6 penalties, but with 3 minutes left.
And I think Psycho's getting sent to the box as well. It isn't clear what the call was. I saw pointing like, you go over there.
Let's see.
But I'm not sure.
Psycho. High block.
All right. Wow, looking at this at our penalty board, every blocker on Angel City had a penalty in the last jam.
And the jammer had two.
The jammer had two, yes. Whoo, boy. So while this official timeout goes, looking at the penalty board again, Ripley and Dez for Rose City with 6, Evangelical with 5. Angel City still no one higher than 4 on the penalty board. But quite a number, 36 and 31 for Rose City and Angel City, respectively. Oh, and now it looks like Psycho is no longer in the penalty box, so maybe that was overturned. Or otherwise wiped off the list. If you want to learn more about skating, your 4-time world champion Wheels of Justice are hosting a winter clinic series. Offense, defense, jamming, and juniors. Head to rosecityrollers.com for more information.
That juniors one looks awesome. Chance to learn from Bonnie Thunders. Yeah.
Good times.
All right, we got spring roll. Offense coming from Gaffney, Swag with a Lily Pate. And Brute, and spring roll through.
2:51 to go in the game. 99-159, a 60-point gap. And Schadenfreude is sitting in the penalty box. And now out of the penalty box. Schadenfreude juked me by not standing up at the 10-second mark. Gaffney.
Rachel Rotten takes the star pass.
And spring roll is through with the first scoring pass of 4. Lets Rachel Rotten catch up to the pack. Calls off the jam. Burning some more time. And Tui going to let things tick.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Angel can make up a 64-point gap in 2 jams.
Not the way the Rose City defense is playing.
No.
I mean, if I'm looking.
I mean, all these teams so far have been having phenomenal defenses.
Yeah, we saw, what, 120 plus, a couple of 20-point jams yesterday?
Yeah,
and one of those was multiple, like this last, with multiple penalties on both sides.
So Dez and Ripley out there, each with 6 penalties.
Volterine to Slayer jamming against Trinity, and Volterine to Slayer out first. Lead jammer.
Raise the bottom, picking up a forearm on that.
That is Grace Lobotomy's 4th penalty on the game. Volterine slides, keeps the feet in bounds. Oh, did not need to step out of bounds there. Now backing up, bumped out.
1 to beat.
Great one-on-one fight at the front with Dez and Volterine to Slayer, but Volterine finally clear. Grabs the 4 points. Trinity cap in hand as the pivot coming back into play. Grace Lobotomy out of the penalty box now.
And track cut on Death Down Under.
Trinity pausing a moment to retie the skate, then comes in, drags, back up. Oh, but rolling back out because skate did go. Second 4-point run.
And here's a timeout by Angel City. Angel City finally cracking the triple-digit barrier. 103-163 is your score right now. Oh, nope, sorry, 107-163.
All right. It's like I thought there were 2 passes in there. So 56 points, 24 seconds to earn them. Angel City adjusting the pivot stripe.
Rose City having some breathing exercises down there.
All right. It'll be Darth Molly with the star for Rose City. Ghetto Fabulous jamming for Angel City. Angel with one blocker in the penalty box. Death Down Under serving the cut track.
And Ghetto Fabulous. Will Ghetto Fabulous be the hero that Angel City needs?
Well, Darth Molly is giving chase, and Rose City is running away, as they should.
And there's a timeout, timeout. Wow,
Did they get it in
just
time?
in time, I think. They're
He's like, I called a timeout. We called a timeout. We will see if they roll that forward.
There were about 2 seconds on the clock as Tui Lion was signaling the timeout.
Yep. We did get 2 points up. So if it ends now, it'll be 109-163.
They're putting 1 second back on the clock,
All
it looks
right.
like.
We will get one more jam. One more jam. We got to get rid of unofficial score first. There we go.
And this timeout brought to you by Debcon Staber, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. We will see Lil Regulator and Rachel Rotten.
You guys making donuts somewhere? Oh, no, it's popcorn. I'm
Yes.
like, something has been wafting up to the mezzanine here.
There is
and
a
it's making
kettle
me
corn
super
going
hungry.
out. Yeah. It is a violation of the 8th Amendment
Yes.
to have that out there for hours while we sit in here.
Blowing into the building.
Oh.
Like, wow. With the circus all of a sudden. All right, Rachel Rotten pushing up the inside.
Rachel Rotten,
Yes.
lead jammer. Credit to OMG. Oh, OMG out on a forearm.
So 2 blockers in the box for Angel City, 1 in the Laughing Planet penalty box for Rose City. Little
And
Regulator.
Regs working against Death Down Under. Regs through for 4. Rachel pounding against that defense. Dez holding on for dear life. Now getting backstopped by Gray's lobotomy.
Rachel Rotten continuing to push as 3 blockers now on the track for Angel City. All tripod formation holding on to Little Regulator. Tries to go out, low Betancourt. Like, no, you just stay in that one tiny space that we're allowing you here next to the field. OMG out of the penalty box, applying some offense now, having to step back to bridge. As Rachel Rotten bumped to the ground.
And Swagger holding that front tripod. Here comes OMG. Period clock has obviously expired at this point. We're on jam time.
42 seconds on the jam clock. Rachel Rotten trying, but nothing doing. OMG.
Yeah,
let me knock some people out of the way for you.
It's a hard fought.
Yeah.
What will be an 8-4 jam.
What's worse is every time OMG would knock someone out of the way, Rose would regroup farther back. So it was like losing track space. Forearm penalty called.
Down Under.
Death Down Under, who then flops to the ground on the way out.
Low Betancourt heading to the penalty box.
And
Psycho.
Yep.
Oh.
That's going to send Psycho to the box because that's going to be a low block. Or a leg block either way.
And it doesn't matter as Rachel Rotten calls it off. Wow. That was a rough
end
final
of the game.
Jam. Oof.
Yes, but nobody fouled out, so that's something.
Yes.
Death Down Under did end with 6. And Ripley and Dez also with 6 each. So your winner, 171-113, Rose City Axels of Annihilation. Nice work, Rose. They will move on to play the winner of our next game, Montreal versus the
Team Black Diaspora. Yeah.
Or TBD, as you wrote, just to confuse me. I'm like, what do you mean TBD? They played like, oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
And Angel City will move on and play in our first game tomorrow. That will be at 11 a.m. local time, which is noon to daytime because of time changes. But
oh, yeah, daylight savings time.
Daylight saving.
Remember to set your clocks back, folks.
Yes. So come back in 25 minutes for our next game, Montreal versus Team Black Diaspora.
All right. See you then.